Come with me for a moment. Let us leave behind the incessant pinging of our phones and the relentless churn of the 24-hour news cycle. Let's take a stroll down a lane that is no longer on any map. It is a lane cobbled with memory and lined with the warm, inviting glow of nostalgia. We are heading back to a time we call a golden age. It is not one specific year or even a single century. It's more of a feeling, a collective sigh for a world that seemed to move at a more human pace. A time when the world felt somehow more solid underfoot. It was a time when things were simpler, and perhaps, just perhaps, people were a little happier for it. This isn't about historical accuracy, you understand. It's about the heart's longing for a place it can't quite return to. Life in these celebrated ages was deeply rooted in community. Think of it. Your life was an open book, and so was everyone else's. This was not about a lack of privacy, but about a network of support that was always there. If a farmer's barn burned down, the entire village would turn up the next day, hammers in hand, to help rebuild it. No questions asked. When a child was born, it was not just the parents who rejoiced, but the whole street. Entertainment wasn't streamed on demand, it was created. The shared telling of ghost stories on a dark winter's evening, or the simple joy of a town picnic on a sunny afternoon. There was an art to conversation, a pleasure in the simple act of sitting on a porch swing and watching the world go by. Blacksmith, baker, seamstress, farmer. You could see the direct impact of your labor every single day. This provided a profound sense of purpose and dignity. Now, let us return to the present day. The first thing you notice is the speed. Everything is instant. We want our coffee now, our information now. We live in a state of perpetual hurry, rushing from one task to the next, our minds cluttered with endless to-do lists. The slow, deliberate pace of the past has been replaced by the frantic, chaotic sprint of the modern age. We have traded the gentle rhythms of the seasons for the relentless ticking of the clock. Individualism has become our new creed. We are encouraged to be self-sufficient, to build our own brands, and to forge our own paths. The tight-knit communities of the past have unraveled, replaced by a loose collection of individuals living side by side, but rarely together. We connect through screens, sending emojis and likes, instead of sharing a cup of tea or a heartfelt conversation. For many, work is no longer a tangible craft, but a series of abstract tasks performed in a sterile office. We work harder than ever, yet we often feel less fulfilled, questioning what it is all for. Let's look at some of these famous golden ages. Consider ancient Greece, particularly Athens in the 5th century BC. This was the birthplace of democracy, philosophy, and theater. Imagine citizens gathering in the agora to debate politics and the nature of justice. Of course, this golden age was built on the backs of slaves and excluded women from public life. Then leap forward to Renaissance Florence in the 15th century. Artists like Leonardo and Michelangelo were part of vibrant communities, visible in the streets. You could walk down the street and see a masterpiece in progress. Now, the American 1950s. Suburban bliss, economic prosperity, and strong family values. It was a time of unprecedented optimism after the turmoil of war. But these golden glows often only shone on a select few. Racial segregation and rigid roles for women were real and painful. Our nostalgia smooths over rough edges, creating a simplified and more appealing version of the past. The point is not that these times were perfect, but to ask what parts of them we find so appealing. They continue to hold a powerful grip on our collective memory. So, what can we learn from these polished, romanticized versions of the past? The first and most important lesson is the profound human need for community. Our modern emphasis on radical independence has left many of us feeling adrift and alone. We can learn our neighbors' names, we can shop at local businesses, we can put down our phones and have a real conversation. We can choose to disconnect to find moments of quiet in our day, enjoy a meal without scrolling, or simply sit in silence for a few minutes. We can find immense satisfaction in creating something with our own hands, baking a loaf of bread, planting a small garden, fixing a broken chair. These acts connect us to the physical world and provide a sense of accomplishment. Ultimately, looking back at the golden ages is not about wishing we could turn back time. We would not want to give up modern medicine, human rights, or the incredible access to information we now possess. Instead, The past should serve as a mirror, reflecting parts of our humanity we may have neglected. The lesson is not to recreate the past, but to integrate its best qualities into our complex, fast-paced lives.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more quick face-offs.